Hello everybody. Um, I just wanted to do a quick demo on the lava environment that I made for our game Hellish Scrub. So as you see here, I kind of have a lot of stuff going on here. So um, I'll just go through them one by one and tell you kind of what I did for them, and then at the end I'll just let it play for a little bit so you can get an idea of what it sounds like altogether. So this first one, this is the loudest part of the music or of the environment, ambience, and it's sort of just this deep roar that when I was doing research for this environment, I came across like a couple videos of like just general like volcano and lava like ambience, and all of them had sort of like a deeper windy sound. So for this, I just went into Ableton and I messed with like a synthesizer until I got it to like um, kind of fluctuate and um, just like kind of weirdly, yeah, just fluctuating around this deep pitch. So I'll let you take a listen real quick to what that sounds like. So yeah, it's just a like a deep sort of rumble, a little bit eerie, and I think that matches with our environment pretty well. So. And then next, I started on a these crackle like fire sounds, sort of that you'd hear at like a um, just from a fire like burning next to you in your house or whatever. Um, I had a couple issues with this sound specifically because I wanted the sound to really fluctuate a lot, and the way I made it, um, I didn't use an actual fire recording or anything, and I ended up just using like my hands in a little like M&M bag, and I just was crumpling it just for like minutes and minutes, and just used that, and so it turned out a little bit like I don't know, like I you could hear just me like fidgeting with it a little bit, so I wanted it to like fluctuate more with the volume. You know how like a real fire will crackle and pop. I wanted that effect a little bit more, and it didn't have that very well until I separated it out into these little sections. Um, and you'll notice when I go into them, there is this little green bar on the volume. That means it has like randomization between the volume right here, so it could be as loud as 0 decibels or probably as low as like -4 or -5 decibels. And each one of these events has that randomization um, automation or modulation, whatever you call it. So each time like a new uh, sound or like a new split happens, the volume will randomize there again. So it makes for some interesting like volume spikes, which is kind of the like popping effect that I wanted for my fire. And I also like I wanted to have sort of like a wildfire effect, um, where like the something I referenced was like recordings of California wildfires, and they have like a huge like feel to them, and that also goes in to my deep roars. Like they all have this big eerie kind of feeling to them, and there's a lot going on. Um, these still are more towards like a little fire, but I think if I keep expanding upon these two and just add more layers to it, it could really start to have that wildfire effect I want. So I'll just give you guys a listen. And the volume should change pretty subtly between these whenever it hits a split right here, and I think it's a yeah, that's a pretty cool effect. So um, next, I just had a little white noise loop that I think just I think it feels a little empty without any white noise going on other than this deep roar noise I have up here. So it's just like very simple, very quiet, noticeable sounds that plays. Um, yeah, and then uh, probably the coolest stuff I worked on was these lava bubbles. Um, they're just most of them are recordings of people underwater, just splashing or like blowing bubbles into a cup, that sort of thing, which I just pitched way down and tried to give it like a like deeper sort of lava bubbly sounds. I definitely in the back of my head had Minecraft bubbles, lava bubbles playing when I was making these, so you might hear that reference pretty strong here. Yeah, so yeah, that was probably the thing I had most fun, and there's a lot of them in here, so you shouldn't be really noticing hearing the exact same one a whole lot. I think there's 18, so uh, yeah, but since it plays so much, I felt like it would be a good idea to make a lot of these, so it wouldn't be just constant same sound you're hearing over and over again. Um, and then lastly, I added these sort of like hellish, like demon roars that you would um, expect to hear from like somebody being tortured way far away, and I felt like it really adds to our like eerie um, underworld tones that we're trying to hit on with our game, and they don't play very often. Here you can see um, that it's a there's the minimum and maximum spawn interval here, so it'll either spawn at a very minimum of 20 seconds or a very maximum of 80 seconds. So you rarely hear them, but I think like if you were to hear them while you're playing, it would definitely make you feel that sort of sense of just like dread, I guess, from hearing these torture yells from way over. So yeah, I'll give you a listen. I'll just press play and pause and play and pause because they trigger every time I play it, but they don't. Yeah, after that they only trigger the 20 to 80 seconds. So.